which is really achievement. Yeah. Well, here are some of our incubations at the signing ceremony, graduation and contract signing ceremony. And I also want to mention, like Feng Shu, they are using a 3D technology to develop a community particularly for the ladies, who love fashion and also certain lifestyle. And actually, they're doing pretty good, and they got the investment from the founder of Skype. So here in Cyberport, because we get together all these companies. Sometimes, from time to time, we have potential investors. They express interest, and we try to facilitate some matching opportunity, so that they can get funding to sustain their business. So this is a very brief about our incubation program. Welcome some questions from the floor. Yeah, if you have any question. Yeah, please.
One question. So I'm trying to understand the relationship between Cyberport, Incutrade Center, whether Cyberport is a private enterprise, right?
No, actually, Cyberport is wholly owned by the government.
Okay.
But but the way it runs is just like a private company.
Okay.
And incubation program is funded by the Hong Kong government, by the Innovation and Technology Fund.
Okay.
But it is managed by Cyberport Management. But it's on a 3-year basis. But now they extend another 3 years, so altogether 6 years.
And what interest does the incubating program or Cyberport take in the companies? For example, incubated companies. For example, do they take some equity?
Oh no, we don't. We don't take equity. So we just offer the support. We offer the environment. We just like a supporter and facilitator. We don't take equity.
Is there any synergy between Cyberport, the InnoCenter, and Cyberport?
Well, actually, yeah, there are basically three incubation programs in Hong Kong. One is InnoCenter and Science Park, another is Cyberport Incutrade. Well, we are focused on different areas. For like the InnoCenter, they're more on design, fashion design, anything, jewelry design or whatever. We are more focused on digital entertainment or creative lifestyle stuff. And for Science Park, they're more on manufacturing or R&D, things like that. But yeah, sometimes we have some kind of interchange among us.
This question around, I guess, ownership of IP. I guess that's also retained by the company.
Yeah, of course, retained by the company. Yeah.
And in terms of applying for this, I guess you have to be a resident in Hong Kong?
Yeah, you have, not necessarily a resident in Hong Kong. You can be a Canadian resident.
Okay.
Actually, I'm holding business passport. Okay, you need to register a company in Hong Kong.
Right.
But the shareholder can be from anywhere. Or maybe even the holding company can be a BVI company or can be a Canadian company.
Right.
But you have to have a registered company in Hong Kong to execute the project you apply for the admissions.
And you have to have that registered before you apply?
Ideally, yes. Before you submit application, you already have that company registered. But in case not yet, we can still give you a grace period. Because in October we have a for vetting, right? And then in this month you can go into register a company. Because register a company in Hong Kong is very fast. Okay. Another question? Yeah, please.
So when you apply, if you opt for off-site and on-site, does that increase the chances of getting approved?
Not really. Not really. Yeah, because the vetting committee will, based on the criteria I just mentioned, to see whether you should be admitted or not.
This presentation is primarily about entertainment, but there is also a program that's more focused on just technology startups. Is that correct as well?
No, they all belong to this program.
Yeah.
before, initially, we are focused more on digital entertainment, but later we expand the scope to create so-called creative lifestyle related area, and that includes technologies. Because you maybe apply certain technology to have a new lifestyle, to support a certain lifestyle.
So I saw some, I guess, in the education sector or business. So how does that?
Education within, because learning through internet platform over the mobile. I mean the e-learning is a new kind, is a creative lifestyle we define. So it's within our scope. Yeah, e-learning and any education related. Yeah, please.
So is the goal of this program to stimulate employment in Hong Kong, or just like basically just startups in Hong Kong?
Well, basically, we aim to incubate. Now, number one is that it is the Hong Kong government policy to promote, to foster the development of innovation and technology, and also creative industries. So we want to be a cluster. We want to have a critical mass of creative company in these particular industries. That's the background. So our aim is to incubate the companies. Of course, if in the process they will create some employment, yeah, that's true. But that is not our primary objective. Because a startup company, we don't expect them to hire too many people. Most of them are maybe 3 to 8 people. Yeah, please.
What is the relationship, if there is any, between this program and the SIRUP program? So SIRUP is also under ITC. Can a company that participated in SIRUP apply to IncuTrain?
Can. There's no conflict.
Is it the same people?
No, different people.
Different people.
Because of SIRUP, I think they have enough. The criteria. Different. The criteria different. And also, but the source of the funding all come from the government.
Speaking of the funding, is the total amount of funding available to the IncuTrain fixed every year? And so if you exhaust that funding for a particular year, you don't no longer accept applicants, or